Good morning to Dr. Maswa and everyone. We are from Group 10. Today we are presenting about our group project, which is the topic of cost-benefit analysis. Next, we will start with the introduction.
Hello, my name is Norashiki Mite Kaswan and my number metric is 272068. Cost-benefit analysis, sometimes also called benefit of analysis, is the type of calculation that helps determine the benefit value of the project. The public sector is usually comparison of the organization that the owner and operated by the government and exists to provide the service for the citizens. Similar to the volunteer sector, organization in the public sector do not seek to generate a profit. Police, military, public rule, public transit, and public education are examples of public sector agency. Public enterprise or non-profit, which like agency atau agency develop 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 program, good or service, but are independent of the government and may have a sources of revenue in addition to public funding. The location of scarce economics resources to comparing policy objective is the challenging inherent to public sector investment. Cost benefit analysis (CBA) is the economics economic tools for the comparisons of the cost and benefit between one of the project to proceed. Because of that, we have make a decision and study on cost benefit analysis in the public sector based on situation for with the with cost benefit analysis formula used to get decision making, as well as understanding the concept of cost benefit analysis in public sector.
My name is Siti Nurhazika binti Muhammad Naim and my matrix number is 275695. I want to explain about principles of cost benefit analysis. Cost benefit analysis is concerned with economic choice and endeavor to assist decision maker in making choice concerning scarce resource. In the private sector, the goal of the organization is purely financial to maximize profits. In its investment decision, the organization is only concerned with private costs and benefit, which are decided by the market system. The organization will make those choices which contribute most to profit. The difficult for the public sector is that it must consider the wider implication for society, the social cost and benefit. For the most part, the public sector does not operate within the market system for its goods and service, and therefore the valuation of social cost and benefit is more difficult. Okay, next, efficiency and effectiveness in the public sector. Efficiency is a necessary condition for growth in all sectors of the economy. With public administration responsibly for delivery effectively and equitable the public goods and service required by people. Policy aimed at improving the efficiency of the public sector for long-term economic development should be priorities. There are a large number and wide variety of possible use of resource in the public sector, and effective resource uses has a direct effect on citizen welfare. Since resources are limited, implementing one proposal can prevent the implementation of others. The option is between doing nothing or the minimum and doing something. There are still alternatives to compare. When making an expenditure plan, policymakers must be certain that the planned intervention will improve society's overall welfare. Cost-benefit analysis aim to assess a proposal from the perspective of society by putting all of the drawbacks and benefits on a monetary scale. The ratio of the actual result to the predicted outcome is used to determine effectiveness, and it shows how effectively the resource were used to achieve the specific goals. As it is dependent on employee qualification and credential, it is a productivity factor, with human resource having a direct effect on the performance of the public sector as a result of its composition. In public sector, measuring effectiveness entails comparing the objectives that can be accomplished with the ones that are actually reached, or in other words, comparing the final product with input or output goal to be attained as outcome. There is a significant difference between the phrase output and outcome. For example, output is measured and examined in terms of the percentage of students of a specific age who have completed their education. Working age population graduation obtained through education might be regarded the outcome. The signification of objective and outlining the proposal scope cannot be emphasized. A project that is subjected to cost-benefit analysis must be clearly defined self-sufficient unit of analysis. Before attempting to identify the project objective, it is necessary to identify the project boundaries. A project can sometimes be broken down into independent and separate components, like a generation project, including residential unit, recreational facilities, and highway. The separable component should be evaluated separately as well as in combination in this scenario. The entire collection of components should also be assessed as a project. Network effects such as divided road traffic owing to a rail project should be considered as part of the project scope. A solid cost-benefit analysis will include a statement of the project scope as well as justification for the definition. It is important that proposed objectives are defined in terms of a need to be certified rather than a particular approach that has been closed yearly. Benchmarking is a method of comparing a company result to that of other similar business in order to see whether there is a performance difference that can be narrowed by exchange performance. Studying other business will help you figure out what you need to do to improve your company productivity and become a bigger player in the industry. A cost-benefit analysis study should clearly define and analyze a benchmark for comparative purpose. The counterfactual entails making a prediction about the world future condition, the absence of the project. Comparing competing plans, including the status quo, is possible and popular. Counterfactual include do the minimum or do nothing alternative. However, it should be reminded to do nothing counterfactual are always impractical, since exciting arrangement normally come with some costs that must be borne even if a budget plan is not implemented, such as maintenance, repair costs, or operation. As a result, the do minimum alternative is a better research benchmark. It is critical to compare many feasible alternatives to the benchmark in order to determine the most successful alternative. For public sector decision maker, the cost-benefit analysis approach is a powerful analytical tool since it helps them to determine a preference option and make resource allocation decision easier. It can bring to light findings that would otherwise go unnoticed, as well as provide a measure of project efficiency. It gives a method to consider all of project effect in an organized way. However, there are limitations with the technique. In the private sector, factors such as shareholder, increased market share, and profit motive may all be viewed as indicators of project performance or benefit from undertaking a particular project. All of these benefits are comparable and easily perceptible. The public sector must represent the public interest and recognize less quantifiable metrics of effectiveness. There are also issues with the specification of objectives. Public tasks regularly often have complex, broad, or in-depth multiply or apparently conflicting objectives. Different perspectives on goals can also exist, as well as difficult separating output from result and consequence, or referring the result to objective. The evaluation regularly consists of subjective assumptions about non-financial factors are often included in the study. The finding must be carefully interpreted. It also worth remembering the cost-benefit analysis is a forecasting strategy that necessitated making prediction about the future. This is complicated, and there is a danger that the finding of rigorous cost-benefit analysis model will be misinterpreted. In the end, the cost-benefit analysis is just as effective as the assumption and evidence based on. Gathering excellent information takes time and might impose outdoor staffing requirements. Since cost-benefit analysis is a technical exercise, extra cautions is needed to avoid errors like double counting, incorrect parameter use, and calculation inquiries. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name Aini Mardia, matric number 275466. I want to present my part, valuing cost and benefit in public sector. Cost-benefit analysis provides information for decision-making process, but it does not by itself make decision. The purpose of cost-benefit analysis is to ensure that the public sector allocates resources efficiently to competing public sector projects. Cost-benefit analysis estimates and total up the equivalent money value of the benefits and cost to the community of project to establish whether they are worldwide. This means that all benefit and cost of a project should be measured in terms of their equivalent money value and in particular time. Identify costs and benefits. A common mistake in cost-benefit analysis is failure to identify all the relevant costs and benefits. Second, the analysis should consider tangible and intangible flows, and some of the costs and benefits may be easily quantified and others are more difficult to quantify. Identifying costs. Categorizing costs is important because it gives an insight into cost behavior and the driver of individual costs. Fixed costs remain static over a given level of activity or output. Example, rent. Variable costs change in line with change to the value of activity or output. Example, operating costs. Semi-variable costs can include a fixed and variable component. Example, maintenance costs. Identifying benefits. The benefit of a project can be more difficult to identify because these are often not obvious cash flow, but outcome relating to the objective of the cost-benefit analysis. And in identifying benefit, the analysis should have due regard to the direct and indirect effect of the intervention. Valuing costs. Market price normally reflect the best alternative uses to which the good or service could be put or the opportunities cost. Some cost estimation issues are contingency costs. Allowance should be made where contingencies are part of the expected cost of the proposal and include in the cost-benefit analysis. Projects with largest initial capital outlays should include a contingency provision for escalating construction costs or delay. Sunk and opportunity costs. Some costs has already been incurred and cannot be recovered. Some costs could include expenditure on previous feasibility studies. Cost-benefit analysis is only concerned with costs about which decision can still be made. Evaluating benefits. Benefit should always be valued based on willingness to pay. Reveal preference, inferring a price from observing consumer behavior. Stated preference are estimated by asking people what they would be willing to pay for a particular benefit. Can be willingness to pay or willingness to accept. Hedonic pricing. Using the different characteristics of traded good to establish the value of a non-traded good.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Nuri Akasha binti Ciasa. My number matric is 271920. Okay, I will continue for the next part, which is issue and solution. So, the issue that we choose is a board chairman of a construction company claim his team to compare between building development project. So, they will have two projects. For the project 1, the initial cost around $750,000 with maintenance cost and operation around $40,000 per year in 5 years. So the company estimated that the amount will receive back around $100,000 per year. So for the project 2, given the initial cost is $900,000 per year, $900,000. The time of project around 4 years and the annual maintenance cost around $55,000. The benefit that company can expect is around $210,000 per year. So the question given that the interest rate was 10% and he also remind them to select one project from two projects given to be built by the company. So which project that company will choose to do? Okay, for the first one, we can save the data into the table, which is for project 1, initial cost is around $750,000 and project 2 is around $900,000. For maintenance cost, of course, $40,000 per year for project 1 and $55,000 per year for project 2. So the years given for for project 1 is 5 years, for project 2 is 4 years. So the benefit that company can gain from project 1 is around $100,000 per year. And for project 2 is around $210,000 per year. For these two projects, it didn't have this benefit. Okay, so for the solution, we must select either project 1 or project 2 using 10% and BC ratio. So the first one we need to convert the present words. So we must find the annual cost for project 1, which is we take $750,000 time with find A given P, 10% 5 years plus $40,000. So from this we can see that $750,000 times with the factor which is 0.26380 plus $40,000 and we can get for project 1 annual cost is $237,850. So same goes for project 2, which is $900,000 and with the factor which is find A given P 10% 4 years and plus with $55,000 of maintenance cost. So we can get that $900,000 times 0.31547 plus $55,000. And we can get for project 2 annual cost is $338,923. Compare project 2 into project 1. So we have the data for annual cost project for project 1 and for project 2. So we must use BC ratio formula. So we using B, which is we take the benefit from project 2 minus project 1. So we can say that $210,000 minus $100,000 and we can get around $110,000. So for the cost, of course, it's the same. Project 2 minus project 1, which is $338,923 minus with $237,850. So we can get around $101,073. Of course, for the D is 0 because for these two projects it doesn't have this benefit. So we must do the project 2 versus project 1 because we must choose either one project to do. So using the BC ratio, of course B minus D and then divide by C. So we take the total benefit which is $110,000 minus with D which is 0 divide by the cost which is 1,073. So the ratio that we can get is around 1.09. So it's above from the standard ratio which is above from 1. So why I choose to do this solution because based on the question given that state that we need to choose one project only. So of course it's like the mutual exclusive alternative. So we need to choose. So based on that question and we need to choose one project, of course we choose to do the project 2 because the annual cost for project 2 is higher than the project 1. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Hudadini binti Halib, matric number 273420. Next, I will continue from my part, which is example of cost-benefit analysis. For the second issue, of Sport International Limited is a company under government administration, where the company is a major supply in the field of sports, and they plan to grow their business, and for that it needs some new employees in the organization. To analyze whether the recruitment of 4 or 6 new employees to be employed in the organization, the management of the company decide to use cost-benefit analysis. The following information is available on the benefits and costs associated with expansion. There's have two alternatives, which is alternative 1 will recruit 6 employees, while alternative 2 will recruit 4 employees. First information for alternative 1, within the time frame of 1 year, it is expected that if the company hires 6 employees for the expansion, then the revenue of the company will increase by 75%, and the revenue benefit will be around $270,000. While for alternative 2 with 4 employees, the revenue of the company will increase 30%, and the revenue benefit will be around $210,000. Also, due to the new hiring, the company value of the business will increase, which will result in additional revenue of $40,000 for alternative 1 and $10,000 for alternative 2. Next information, the salary of the new employees is estimated to be $190,000, while for alternative 2 is $180,000. Next, for alternative 1, the additional cost of hiring is estimated to be $15,000 and $20,000 for alternative 2. And lastly, the cost of additional hardware and software required will come at around $25,000 for alternative 1, while $30,000 for alternative 2. To determine which alternative the company should choose using cost-benefit analysis, a benefit-cost ratio (BCR) will be calculated for the two alternatives by using the formula given, which is Benefit available from the alternative include increase in revenue and increase in additional revenue. Divide by total value of the cost, include with salary of new employees, cost of hiring, and cost of additional hardware and software. For alternative 1, benefit cost ratio is total benefits $310,000 divided by total cost, which is $230,000, and the ratio is 1.35. For the alternative 2, benefit cost ratio is total benefit $220,000 divided by $230,000, and the ratio is 0.96. So, according to benefit cost ratio BCR, calculation of alternative 1 and alternative 2, both alternatives can provide good expansion and have positive outcomes. In other words, both alternatives are beneficial for Sport International. So, the company will be in a good position if selects any of the alternatives. However, in the example, benefit cost ratio of alternative 1 is higher than benefit cost ratio of alternative 2. So, according to the cost benefit analysis, Sport International should select alternative 1 over alternative 2.
Good morning to Dr. Masra and everyone. My name is Tan Yongzi, matric number 271538. And next I'll present about the advantages of cost-benefit analysis. The first advantage of cost-benefit analysis is it simplifies the complex decision in a project. In the cost-benefit analysis, there are many aspects need to be covered, including future costs and future benefits. The project should be implemented if the cost-benefit ratio shows to be satisfactory. This can let the government to make decisions that which project need to be assigned priorities according to their cost-benefit ratios. And the second advantage is suitable for all projects, either small or large. Cost-benefit analysis is suitable for small projects because it did not take too long time to complete it. And for large projects, the government can list down the benefit and cost for consideration because the cost for large project is relatively higher and the government need to think wisely before they make the decision. And the third advantage is it gives clarity for unpredictable situations. Listing costs and benefits can let the government analysts to identify which costs should be used for unpredictable situations. Such, for example, a government can add an emergency fund into the construction costs to prevent unpredictable situation happens, such as if a fire disaster happens at the construction site, the government can immediately recover it by using the emergency fund. And next is the disadvantages of cost-benefit analysis. The first disadvantage is it has inaccuracies in identifying and quantifying costs and benefits. A cost-benefit analysis requires all costs and benefits to be identified and also approximately quantified. However, human errors may lead to cost-benefit analysis error, such as omit certain costs and advantages, and this may lead to increased risk and unable to make decisions correctly. And the second disadvantage is increased subjectivity for intangible costs and benefits. Some costs and benefits are non-monetary in nature, such as increases in customer satisfaction. By that, the government subjectively need to allocate a monetary value in order to assess all costs against the financial benefits. And this may lead to inaccurate and misleading in cost-benefit analysis in the public sector. And the last disadvantage is inaccurate calculation of present value, resulting in misleading analysis. Cost-benefit analysis estimates all the costs and benefits of a project over a period of time. It evaluates all things according to current prices that do not take account of inflations and speculations. This shows that there is no guarantee in the discount that used in realistic or future to make decisions. And that's all for my part. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
In conclusion, cost-benefit analysis (CBA) is process used to measure the benefits of the decision or take action minus the cost associated with the action. Cost-benefit analysis (CBA) involve measurable financial metrics such as income early or cost saved as the result of decision to proceed or proceed with the project. Cost-benefit analysis provide a provided strategy for the evaluations of the task where market data is not available or insufficient according to the data have to be in the situation based on the current issues. However, it is useful for dynamic purpose as well as decision making. That's all for me. Thank you very much.